Denis King has had a lifetime in popular music as a performer and a composer. He's written the scores to 25 stage musicals, over 5,000 tunes and songs, and twice been awarded the prestigious Ivor Novello Award. And now he shares with you some great songs that have stood the test of time, and he invites you to sing along.
Hi, I'm Denis King and welcome to DK Talks Music. I'm going to talk today about a Mr. Frederick Austerlitz, whose name probably doesn't mean a great deal to you, but his real name is FRED ASTAIRE, the great FRED ASTAIRE, and his connection with music. Not so much that he wrote music, he didn't write music, but he made certain songs incredibly famous. Songs written by the great writers of the day. I mean, from the Gershwins, Jerome Kern, Irving Berlin, Cole Porter, Richard Rodgers, they all loved writing music for him. And the reason, not that he was one of the best singers that's ever happened, but he had an innate sense of the lyric and also the timing. He had obviously a great timing because he was a fantastic dancer, but he lyricized everything he did. So they queued up to get him to sing their songs. The songs were, well, you'll know them as I'm just going to a few of them as I get along. And I've got to start with one. Did I mention Irving Berlin? If I didn't, I should have, because he wrote many songs that Fred sang. The opening one is, actually it's not, this is a Berlin song. Berlin song sounds like a German song. And you'll know this one. He sang it. It came from a movie called Top Hat, Fred made with Ginger Rogers. And he sang this song. And I think he was nominated for an Oscar, but failed to a song called Lullaby of Broadway. It was nothing to do with Fred. Anyway, this was Fred singing. I'm not doing an impersonation of Fred. Nobody could. It's a very special voice. He goes, "Heaven, I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak. And I sang to find the happiness I seek. When we're out together, dancing cheek to cheek. Heaven, I'm in heaven, and the cares that hung around me through the week seem to vanish like a gambler's lucky streak. When we're out together, dancing cheek to cheek, cheek to cheek." It's a bit low for me. Oh, I love to climb a mountain and to reach the highest peak, but it doesn't thrill me half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. I love to go out fishing in a river or up the creek, but I don't enjoy it half as much as dancing cheek to cheek. Dance with me, I want my arms about you. The charms about you will carry me through to heaven. I'm in heaven, and my heart beats so that I can hardly speak. And I seem to find the happiness I seek. When we're out together, dancing cheek to cheek. Now I would dance, but A, I can't, and I'm not Fred. But you have to imagine Fred leaping around the floor. I seem to find the happiness I seek. When we're out together dancing, out together dancing, out together dancing, cheek to cheek, cheek to cheek, cheek to cheek, cheek to cheek. Cheek to Cheek, one of Irving's great songs. The second song from another film, this was a film slightly later than Top Hat. This was The Bandwagon, which was made in 1953. And that was, get it right in a minute, written by Howard Dietz and Arthur Schwartz, and starring, apart from Fred, an actress lady called Nanette Fabray, who maybe not that many of you remember her, Jack Buchanan, who was a famous English musical star, and Oscar Levant. It had a really good score by Dietz and Schwartz, and this was a great song that Fred sang so wonderfully. Fred sang so wonderfully. I'll go my way by myself. This is the end of romance. I'll go my way by myself. Love is only a dance. I'll try to apply myself and teach my heart how to sing. I'll go my way by myself, like a bird on a wing. I'll face the unknown. I'll build a world of my own. No one knows better than I myself. I'm by myself alone. Isn't that a great song? I'll carry on for a bit because I like it so much. Don't sing it particularly well, but I like playing it. I'll face the unknown. I'll build a world of my own. No one knows better than I myself. I'm by myself alone. Couldn't even get the wife to bring me a cup of tea. Would you believe it? Can't get the staff these days. Some years ago, Dick Vosper, great writer, the great Dick Vosper, sadly no longer with us, and a friend of mine, we wrote lots of songs together, shows together. We were approached by the famous Twiggy, who we knew a little bit, lovely lady, the lovely Twiggy, to see if we'd be interested in putting together a musical act for her, a sort of like a solo act, so she could go and do cabaret or whatever. And we said we'd be interested, so we met. She came over to my house in North London, as did Dick, and we just talked to her for a while, talked about her musical tastes, what she liked when she was growing up, old songs, what shows she'd done, to see if we could put something together for her. And during the conversation, she said the most wonderful things. She said the greatest experience, probably, certainly professionally, was when she was first famous in America. She was still a teenager. She may have been 18 or something. They whisked her into Hollywood. The first thing they said to Twiggy was, who would you like to meet? Of all the stars, all the Hollywood stars, we can arrange anything for you. And the first name came out of her mouth was Fred Astaire. She'd always loved Fred Astaire, loved his movies, her mother loved the films, brought up with him really. So they said, oh, we can arrange that. Needless to say, Fred was still alive. Bad taste joke. And so they arranged dinner for Twiggy and Fred Astaire. I think it was Chasen's restaurant in Hollywood. And she said it was the most wonderful experience. It's just the two of them. And he was charming, he was attentive, loved everything that she'd hoped. Anyway, the dinner finished, and on the way out, he went into the car park to have his car delivered. And there was just the two of them walking through this large empty car park of the restaurant, and she turned round and she saw that he started to do a little dance on his own. Well, no, he didn't think anyone was looking, just a few steps and a few turns. And she said it was like a dream. She couldn't believe she was around watching Fred do a little routine. And she remembered that above all else of her early showbiz experiences. So on the strength of that, Dick Vosborough and I decided we'd like to write a song about that little experience. And it's called I Used to Dream I Was Dancing with Fred Astaire. And I'm going to play it. And sing it, hopefully. If I remember the tune, I haven't played it for a bit. It goes something like this. I used to dream I was dancing with Fred Astaire, with his cheek on my cheek, how we'd glide. Now just imagine me dancing with Fred Astaire. Round I'd go, feeling so starry-eyed. Upon the screen he would always dance away my blues. I somehow had the feeling that his shoes had wings on. I used to dream I was dancing with Fred Astaire, and between me and you, I still do. Go on, Fred. Upon that screen he could always dance away my blues. I somehow had the feeling that his shoes had wings on. I used to dream I was dancing with Fred Astaire, and between me and you, I still do. And between me and you, I still do. And sadly, that song was never performed. Can you believe it? Still, there's time, still there waiting for somebody. Anyway, this next song was written quite a bit before that one. It was written in 1936 by Jerome Kern and Dorothy Fields for a movie called Swing Time, which starred Fred. 1936, I said yes, and it was nominated and won Oscar for Best Film Song of that year. A really quality, wonderful song, which I do find one of my very favourite songs ever. And Fred sang it, of course, in the movie, and it starts, someday, when I'm awfully low, when the world is cold, I will feel a glow just thinking of you and the way you look tonight. Oh, but you're lovely with your smile so warm and your cheeks so soft. There is nothing for me but to love you and the way you look tonight. With each word your tenderness grows, tearing my fear apart. And that laugh that wrinkles your nose touches my foolish heart. Lovely, never, never change. Keep that breathless charm. Won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you just the way you look tonight. Never change. Keep that breathless charm, won't you please arrange it? 'Cause I love you just the way you look tonight. Just the way you look tonight. What a great song. Not particularly well sung, but great song. It's great. Love it, love it, love it. Right, and while we're on the subject of quality songs, which we are, the next one was written by the Gershwins, George and Ira, for a film called Shall We Dance? And this one has a very sad backstory, because 2 months after the film that it was written for came out, George Gershwin sadly passed away at the tender age of, he was just 38, I believe, something like that. And the song was nominated posthumously, shall I say that again? Posthumously. George, who was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Original Song for 37 Oscars, but it lost out, that song lost out to Sweet Lalani, which nobody ever remembers, but that had a big hit with Bing Crosby apparently at the time. But I can't take that away from me, lost out to Sweet Lalani. This is a song, you know this one. The way you wear your hat, the way you sip your tea, the memory of all that. Oh no, they can't take that away from me. The way you smile just beams, the way you sing off key, the way you haunt my dreams. No, no, they can't take that away from me. We may never, ever meet again on the bumpy road to love. Still I'll always, always keep the memory of the way you hold your knife, the way we danced till 3, the way you changed my life. No, no, they can't take that away from me. No, they can't take that away from me. Meet again on a bumpy road to love. Still I'll always, always keep the memory of the way you hold your knife, the way we danced till 3, the way you changed my life. No, no, they can't take that away from me. No, they can't take they can't take that away from me. The way you lost out to Sweet Lilani, Heavenly Flower, or whatever it went. Anyway, enough of that. We're on to the end of our little concert. And this one is an extraordinary song. It's an Irving Berlin song again, 1929. And it's putting on the Ritz, which is probably, you would know it when you hear it. But it's most extraordinary. It's full of, this is a gentleman, Mr. Berlin, whose first language was Russian, by the way. He was an immigrant. He came over, I think, to Ellis Island in about 1880-something, 1890. And yet he ended up not only writing the most sophisticated, wonderful music, but he wrote his own English lyrics. Just the brilliance of the man is, you just can't envisage somebody having that amount of talent. But he wrote this song for a film, what was it called? Oh, it's a film called Idiot's Delight, starring Clark Gable, 1937. No, it wasn't 37. 1940, I don't know what it was, doesn't matter when it was. Anyway, but it was sung in a film. The film was actually called Blue Skies, another of Berlin's songs, but the film was called Blue Skies. It was sung by FRED in 1946. I'll get it right in a minute, but it was written... I'll start again, but I won't start again. Don't stop the camera. It's a very interesting piece of rubbish here. Berlin wrote this song, Putting on the Ritz, for a 1929 film of the same name, and then it was sung in 1939 in a film called Idiot's Delight, sung by, of all people, Clark Gable. Are you ready for that? I'm not. If you see it, it's hilarious. He wasn't really born to sing and dance, but it's quite a novelty to watch it. But then it was revised in several other films, including the last one, I think, was the funniest version, a film that Mel Brooks made of Young Frankenstein in 1974, where Gene Wilder played the sort of song and dance band doing a vaudeville performance, along with the monster, Frankenstein's monster, played by Peter Boyle, who came in just on the tagline of each line of the lyric. And it's hilariously funny. It's probably terrible taste these days, so I won't do it. But it's hilariously funny. If you see Young Frankenstein, look out for this part. Anyway, I'm going to play this song, which I think is fantastic because it's so full of jazz feel to it. And written in 1929, it goes like this. It's not easy to sing. If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where passion fits? Put it on the Ritz. Different types who wear a day coat, pants with straps and hunter waistcoat, perfect fits. I put it on the Ritz. Dressed up like $1 million trooper, trying hard to look like Gary Cooper, super duper. Come, let's mix where Rockefellers walk with sticks or umbrellas in their midst. See what I mean? Putting on the Ritz. Can't even play it. Dressed up like $1 million trooper, trying hard to look like Gary Cooper, super duper. Come, let's mix where Rockefellers walk with sticks or umbrellas in their midst. I'm putting on the Ritz, putting on the Ritz, putting on the Ritz, putting on the Ritz. You had enough of it? Putting on the Ritz. Putting on the Ritz. And that's it.